So windy. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of wind, but I just thought to take a seat and take in the scene because I haven't sat in this part of the park in ages. So it's nice to like look at the view. You know, sometimes you have to be grateful for the things you have in life or the things that you get to see in life because not a lot of people get to see these things. So I'm really grateful that I chose to wake up and go to the park and just kind of have a sit down and have a talk, you know. This is really nice. So we're going to get into this. As we approach the end of the year, I just told myself that I'm going to start again. Like I believe that I had a hard year this year, but I believe the things that happened this year had to happen for me to learn and take on everything. Hold on, I feel like I'm proper sweating. Take on everything that's happened, like learning curves. I truly believe this year was my learning curve. Like things had to happen. Well, I don't feel like I was the happiest this year, but I'm happy now. Like as in, like I'm not the happiest, but I would say that I'm happier now. You know, I'm happier now. I do apologize if the audio is really loud. Like it's quite windy. I need to try and find a way to put the volume down a bit. You know, yeah. So this episode is called "Let's Start Over" because I feel like, especially if you're healing and you're being a bit hard on yourself, it's okay to start over. You're allowed to start over. No one told you that healing is a straightforward road. No, you're gonna have a lot of days where you start over, like day one, day one, day one. And it might be every day that every day is a day one. Monday to Friday could be day one. You start again, you know? And I think it's okay to start again. So I told myself, let's start again. You know, this year showed you so much because obviously it's been a year since I've been single. I feel like this year showed me why I need to put dating on pause and I gave up having sex. You know, not a lot of people are strong enough to do that. I feel like a lot of people need sexual discipline because sex is too sacred for me. And obviously, I had my fair share. No one's saying that I didn't have fun and stuff, but it didn't feel the same. Like, I feel like it just didn't feel the same. And it kind of felt, I don't want to have pointless sex. That's just not me. And especially if I'm trying to grow as a woman and trying to find my purpose in life, I feel like that's one thing that I've been struggling. I had a conversation with someone. They were like, it seems like you're trying to find your purpose, but you haven't found it yet. I'm like, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I'm trying to figure it all out. Like, I'm literally starting again. I just want things to go well for me. I do believe that next year will be a better year for me. Plenty more opportunities for me. I just had to shut a lot of doors. And it wasn't easy shutting those doors. I had to kind of deal with my traumas, you know. I've noticed a lot of things about myself. Sorry, I'm mad itchy. I've noticed a lot of things about myself. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not happy with. I can easily change that, but it's up to me to change those things. I can't depend on other people to help me change. I need to stop seeking validation from people and seek validation from myself and be more confident in myself. And it isn't easy to admit that I have a lot of insecurities that I haven't fixed, and I tend to blame other people for those insecurities. And I don't think it's fair that I blame other people for that. I had to take accountability for how things have gone in my life. Like, yes, I can point the finger, but why am I not pointing the finger at myself? And that's to do with friendships. That's to do with like friendships has been really hard for me this year, to the point where it's like I want to cherish the friendships that I have, but I know God will place better friends in my life. But for now, He's telling me that I have to do this solo dolo. Like I have to do this dolo. I have to do this by myself, and it's not something that I wanted to do. Like I even watched a video and someone was like, if you really want to find yourself, like go on a solo holiday as well. And I booked a trip to Japan for next year. I'm really excited because I really want to push the boundaries in my own life. I really want to take those risks. And Japan is somewhere that I've always wanted to go. I'm really into Japanese culture. Like I'm a fiend for anime. And it's not just about anime, it's the way they live. You know, I read a book called Ikigai. And in that book, the elderly people in Japan, they live very long. Like they could live up to 100 plus. And the reason why they're living that long is one, what they eat. Number two, they're in a job that makes them happy. And they've said that why should they retire if they're happy if they're happy doing that job, you know, and they're in a community that are very positive and they love each other and they spend a lot of time with each other. Like some of them grew up together. So I just said, I really want to see that for myself. Maybe it'll change my perspective on life. Yeah, I feel like it'll change my perspective on life. I'm always open to getting to know, learning new things, especially a new culture. I'm always open to learning about so many things, even down to religion, culture, whatever. I've always been an open-minded person. I never want to be small-minded. I just feel like there's just a lot of things for me to see, and the world is so big. Even down to like getting to know people as well. I just said, the UK is it's okay, but there's more for me out there. I hope you guys can hear me. There's more for me out there. I believe I'm destined for greatness. Yeah, I believe I'm destined for greatness. I do think everybody needs to prioritize their mental health. I'm not gonna say that I haven't prioritized my mental health, but I'm trying my best to ensure that I put myself first. And it wasn't easy choosing me. And I chose me, and I've lost a lot of people along the way, but I'm happy by myself. Look at this. Not a lot of people get to see stuff like this. Not a lot of people get to see a view like this. And I'm happy that I live in an area that has open fields like this. When I need to clear my head, I need to come here more, but it's getting darker nowadays. So for safety reasons, I just stay in a local area. But yeah, this year, and I feel like a lot of people can relate, has taught me so much about myself. It's drawn me closer to my sister as well. I enjoy my own company, and it took me a long time just to enjoy my own company and not need the company of a man, or the thought of I need a boyfriend to feel complete. Like a lot of people think having a man is like a trophy, and to me that's not a trophy. You know what a trophy is for me? Like an achievement is hitting 100k followers on Spotify, having mad downloads, mad streams, having 100k on Instagram. Like that's an achievement for me. A partner is a bonus, and I feel like I'm 25, and I don't feel like I've lived my life, and I'm not shitting on no one that's in a relationship, married, kids, or whatever, but I'm thinking about myself, so I'm not worried about no one else. So please take everything I say with a pinch of salt, or take it lightly, because this is my own life. But I feel like I have a lot to live, and I truly believe I wasn't living for myself. I was living for others. I was living for other people's validations, opinions. I would let that get to me to the point where I dimmed my own light. Yes, I can blame other people, but I let their words get to me to the point where I genuinely believed that I was less than, and I wasn't deserving of all these things, or I wasn't deserving of love, I wasn't deserving of good friends. Like these things will never happen for me. And that's a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's not true. That's not true. Good things will happen to those that wait. And I truly believe that my time is coming. I don't know when it's coming, but baby, it's gonna come. But for now, I'm on this healing journey of just finding myself and finding my true purpose. So this is like a diary entry for myself and for those that are going through something similar to myself. You feel alone, you don't have anyone to experience a lot of things with, and that's how I feel right now. I feel like I don't have people around me that want to experience new things with me, which is fine. I think it's fine. I think it's okay to experience a lot of things by yourself. You never know who you bump into in life, especially if you're young. Enjoy your life. Like, stop worrying about things, stop comparing yourself, stop stop for a minute, breathe, and just look at the things that you've achieved so far. Give yourself some accolades, give yourself some grace. I had to give myself grace because I truly believe I was putting dumb pressure on myself to be somewhere. I'm quite an impatient person, so I want things to be done by today. But in reality, things take years, and I believe healing takes years. I've done 1 year of healing, and that wasn't the best healing. I'm gonna be on year 2 soon. Basically, next year I'm gonna be on year 2. So I pray that year 2 is better for me. Yeah, like, damn, this journey ain't been easy, guys. But I'm proud of myself because this is my 100th episode. And when I started this podcast, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I was like, okay, I want to do mental health. I want to talk about mental health, but like, how am I going to, like, how am I gonna navigate it? You know, I started off shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm allowed to give myself criticism. I started off not the best, but now I've gotten better at my craft. I'm falling in love with my craft, and I just want to keep on growing and glowing. I'm on 100, and not a lot of people do 100 videos or reach 100 videos because they give up so early. And I never gave up on myself. I kept on going and going and going, and I never needed anyone's approval. I did this without my friends' support. And I'm sorry to keep on, like, like, slandering my friends a bit, but like, I wouldn't have to, like, put slander if I had a good circle around me. And I do think it's important to have a good environment around you. You need good people in your life to strive thrive. You need good people in your life to thrive. I think that's really important, having a good support system around you. Yes, you can do it alone, but it's nice to have a support system around you to help you. And to be honest, I just feel like I haven't had that push from friends. I've had more so of, Sharon, you need to be a better da 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 for me. You need to pour into, basically, verbatim, not verbatim, but like, just in my own words. You need to pour in my cup, and fuck your feelings. It's all about me, And I just said, no, I'm not doing that. I gotta put myself first. Okay, I gotta put me first. And I'm so happy I put myself first. And a lot of people are mad that I put myself first. Boo hoo. Like, boo hoo. I put myself first. I never want to look back and have regrets and say, damn, why didn't I do this sooner? Or why didn't I put myself first and I'm miserable? You know? Yeah, like, why didn't I put myself first? I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't put myself first, or just didn't think about myself. Or, when you start to become very self-aware, you notice a lot of things about yourself. And I just said, I'm making that sacrifice. A lot of people say that they're on their deen, but they're not really on their deen. But I'm not worried about other people. I'm on my deen. If I tell you I'm not talking to niggas, I'm not talking to niggas. I gotta be on 100K by tomorrow. Like, I need to get my money up, not my funny up. I need to be living my life. Do you think I care? I just said I'm fine with having that one or two friends, but I don't depend on my friends for shit. Because then I don't trust people. And that's sad to say, because a lot of people hurt me to the point where I'm like, I don't trust your words. I really don't trust your words. I can only trust myself. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's so windy, but it's so perfect. We gotta take a break. Sorry. In life, do what makes you happy, because if you don't, then you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. Okay, if you want to do content, fucking do the content. Who's gonna tell you otherwise? Do the content. If you want to sing. If you want to act. If you want to write a book. Don't wait for other people's approval. Start when you want to start. What's holding you back? you know when I started this mental health, when I started this podcast, I was over, like, thinking it. Like, I was like, do I need a camera? Do I need this? Do I need that? And then on Christmas, my ex got me a mic. I know we're not on the best of terms right now, but shout out to that man, because if it wasn't for him pushing me and telling me I got a knack for it, I wouldn't have never done this. So I can only give my appreciation, and he knows that I'm very appreciative of him. If it wasn't for him, I would have never done this. If it wasn't for him, I would have never done this, and I'm very grateful that I was able to do this, because I believe this is like my my calling, to help people and to show people there's more to life than just thinking of the unthinkable. There's more to life than wanting to kill yourself. Hey, I've been there before. I wanted to end it too, and I just said to myself, I got a lot to live. It's not my time yet. It's not my time to go. Got a lot to live. It's not my time to go. So I'm so glad that I started this podcast, and I'm happy that I've reached 100. We got 1,000 episodes to go until we get somewhere, until we raise awareness for mental health, for men as well killing themselves, for girls killing themselves, for even kids thinking of the unthinkable. We got this together, and I feel like we need to stand as a community and support everyone. As friends, we need to support our friends. Don't just assume someone's okay. Have you checked on them? And to see, anyone can be like, I'm fine. Anyone can be like, I'm fine, but deep down, they're actually not fine. And sometimes you need to hold people accountable when they could do better as a friend. When I was going through my mental health, I had a conversation with my friend. I'm like, you're like one of my best friends, and not once did you check on me. But I can understand if you're going through things. That's why I give people a lot of grace, because I'm like, you know what, Sharon, stop thinking about yourself, because other people could be going through things. But I'm like, I always tell my friends to come to me if you want to talk. Like, let's talk about it. Let me see ways that we can help each other. I just feel like A lot of people have friends, but they just have the title friends. Like they don't do their due diligence as friends. Do you get what I mean? Like if your friend is truly going through it, go and check on them. Go and check on them. You never want it to be too late and be like, I wish. No, fuck that. We're not wishing. We're gonna act upon it. If you know your friend, if you've studied your friend to know something's wrong, fucking go and check on them and see if they're good. There's no point having regrets and then they kill themselves and now what? You're gonna hold that guilt? No. I'm gonna do my due diligence as a person and make sure my friend is good. You know, that comes down to family members too. That comes down to whoever. If you have care for someone and you see that they're going through something mentally, it's not a thing where you feel sorry for them. And that's what people do when it comes to mental health. Like, no one's asking you to feel sorry for me. I'm just asking for support. And you don't have to go through it by yourself. That's why I made this platform for people to reach out to me if you are struggling, and we'll find ways to cope. We'll find ways to cope. We'll give you coping mechanisms. You know, one day I hopefully, when I grow this community, we can do a walk and talk and we can share the struggles and see how we can help each other. I feel like a lot of people are dealing with this by themselves, and you don't have to. You don't have to. Reach out to me if you need to talk. You know, this is why the platform is here. If you don't know how to start, let me know. We'll come up with a plan and we can start together. That is why I'm here. You don't have to go through it by yourself, especially men. This is for the men out there. It don't make you weak because you're going through mental health. And don't feel scared to come to me and tell me you're going through something. And if you have shit friends, like male friends, they like to make it seem like if someone's going through mental health, it makes them weak. You know, it makes a man weak. It don't make you weak. You're just going through something. You're struggling. You're struggling. And you don't have to struggle by yourself. Not at all. Not at all. You know, it makes me feel emotional that a lot of people are going through it by themselves, you know. So I want to be that voice. I want to be that big advocate to help people with mental health, you know. A lot of people are going through it. Like to me, it's not about just, oh, you know, suicide. No, it's like it's if you've gone through it, you understand what I mean. Like your mind, body and soul is just down bad. Like when your mind's going through it, your body's going through it and your soul's going through it, and it's like you don't know how to get yourself out of it, and you also think, am I gonna be able to get myself out of it? Can I do it by myself? And thank God I was able to get myself out of it. Thank God I was able to get myself out of it, because I don't even know where I would be if I didn't get myself out of it. And I'm so glad that I did therapy. And so many people are so against therapy. Like there's nothing wrong with therapy. Like get your head out the gut and just go get therapy. You know, there's different type of therapy, there's counseling, there's CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. You know, there's different ways to cope. There's communities that you can go to. There's a dog behind me.